Last time, on Sailing Kittiwake, we surveyed a Tayana 37 and discovered positives and negatives about the boat. In this episode, we move on board and take you through our plans for refitting her and bringing her back to her former glory. After the survey, we went back to Kittiwake and put her up for sale in Marina del Sole. We were very nervous about how quickly she'd sell, as it can take a long time to sell a boat. So we bought the Tayana. The previous owner did all the works that he promised to do, and incredibly we sold Kittiwake within 24 days. We had lots of interest from quite a lot of people from different parts of the world. Lots of them were from America. I guess Heavenly Twins are very popular over there because they've got a really good Bluewater reputation as a catamaran. And quite a few people from Australia as well. But in the end, we sold her to a couple who are our same age. They are French and German, so she's French and he's German. And they want to live a very similar lifestyle to ours for a little bit and see if the cruising life is for them. So it's the best possible outcome for us. Kittiwake, we know that she will be taken care of, and that makes us really, really happy.
So it's a week since we sold Kittiwake, and today's moving day. We shipped most of our stuff in cardboard boxes, so that should be leaving soon and arriving after we arrive, and all the valuable stuff is coming with us on the plane.
So it's a pretty emotional and sad day. Kittiwake treated us really, really well, and I mean we put a lot into her in terms of work and sweat and money as well. But she repaid us many times over, and yeah, I feel a little bit like, I don't know, sad about it. I feel like everything happened really quickly. We were told about the other boats maybe end of August, and today's the 2nd of November and we're moving on to a new boat, and like our whole life is gonna change kind of. But in a way, just knowing that Kittiwake is going to some really, really lovely people and will likely take the same route next year, that makes it a little bit easier because we might be able to see her again, and just we know that these guys will take good care of her. They really appreciate her and all that. We took them out for a sail and they stayed over for a weekend. They were like swimming off the back and feeling really like yeah, just like really enthusiastic about the boat, and that makes us feel really good about it, going to them. But yeah, a little bit teary at the moment. So it's 5 p.m. It's been quite an adventure. We are on our hire car now and we're gonna go to the IKEA in Barcelona because there's not one anywhere near the boat, and then it's about a 2-hour drive to the new boat. So I'm guessing we'll get there around 10 p.m. maybe. Here we are. What a stinky mess. So we got in around 11 last night and the boat is a massive mess. Stuff everywhere and lots of rubbish. Really a lot of dust probably from Dave's works. So yeah, I think we'll spend the weekend cleaning. We don't have any food or anything on board, so first thing we do is we go get just like a quick supermarket run, and then we're gonna go buy heaters because it's pretty cold up here, especially in the night and morning, and a hoover because there's no way to get all this dust off the cushions and everything else without a hoover. I can't think of any other way. And anyway, we need one for absorbing the dust from our sanding for the works. So yeah, it's gonna be a couple of really busy days. Okay, we're ready for Operation Cleanup. It's gonna take a long time. It's day 2 of cleaning and it looks a little bit like this. We are still settling in onto the new boat, and we're just taking the time to sort our stuff out and keep cleaning and tidying up, and we keep on moving our stuff from one side of the boat to the other, sort of thing. But I thought it would be worth explaining a few things to you guys. So first of all, the name of the boat, we are going to change it. She was originally called Alfora, which we didn't really like. We thought about calling her Kittiwake too, but we don't think she's a Kittiwake. She doesn't really fit the name. So we've gone with something completely different. We are going to call her Skua. The skua is a bigger seabird than the Kittiwake, and it hangs out by cliffs and the seaside. So we thought it would be quite fitting because this boat is quite a bit bigger than Kittiwake. But we are keeping the name of the channel as Sailing Kittiwake to honor Kittiwake because she was a really great first boat. And what else? So I also wanted to share the plans that we have for the winter. It is now November and the new boat Skua came with a berth that was paid until May, sometime in May. So we are rent-free for the whole of the winter, which is great because we really need to do some boat work on this boat. We'll share the projects and the different things we want to do to her with you in a bit. But yeah, the plan is to stay here in San Carles de la Rapita, Spain until the spring, and once the boat work is done then we'll start cruising again. I also wanted to clarify that we are not going to disclose how much we paid for this boat, and that is because the previous owner basically gave it to us for a very low price due to sad personal circumstances, and out of respect we're just not gonna share that. But we will share our refit project, which we have placed at around £3,000, and that includes also you know, everything that we need to move in, so bed sheets and pillows and everything else. So it's not a very generous budget, especially with such a big boat, but it will have to do for this first refit. Luckily the previous owner has already anti-fouled the bottom while the boat was hauled out for our survey, on top of doing some other bits of work. So that means that we don't need to haul out for another year and a half, and that makes it a lot cheaper. It means that we can buy solar panels and buy new batteries. The batteries are knackered, and other big things that we wouldn't be able to if we had to haul out. So yeah, we'll keep you up to date with how our budget goes and how far it stretches. There's always things that you don't foresee that come up when you dig into different bits of the boat. And yeah, we're excited to be on board. It's very, very different from Kittiwake. The whole setup of the boat is quite different, and we're getting used to it, and it feels a lot more spacious than our old little catamaran. And yeah, of course it's still mixed emotions, but we're just so excited to be on board. The big cleaning operation is finally over. We've been cleaning the boat for a whole 2 days, and that's just the inside. We are now moving on to the outside. But before we do that, I thought I'd give you a quick boat tour. This is not going to be an extensive one. I just want to give you a feel for the boat, and then we'll do a full boat tour with lots of explainers once the boat is actually ready, so probably in the spring. We have a really big nav station and a decent sized quarter berth. At the moment it's full of absolute so this is why we're not doing a full boat tour right now. We're still figuring out where to put our stuff and how to organize everything. So yeah, there's stuff everywhere. The galley is over here. We have already a fridge and a diesel cooker. They came with the boat. So here is the salon, and it's absolutely massive. We have a U-shaped settee with a really big table. And then this is a sea berth, and as well it comes out all the way here, and you can make it into a bed, and it's really big as well. In here is the heads, but at the moment we have 2 toilets in there and it's barely possible to walk in, so we're not going to show you that yet. And here at the front we have the V-berth, which is where we sleep.
This morning I thought I'd give you an overview of the works that we're going to do on the boat. There's a few things to do with the outside wood, like the brightwork needs refinishing, so we're going to remove all of the current varnish and then reapply. I think we're going to reapply wood skin, so we'll show you how that goes. We've also got some work to do on the teak decks. For now we're going to keep the teak decks and see how we like them, see how hot they get in the summer. So we're going to re-cork the deck, so replace all the black corking in between the planks, and clean up the teak decks as well because they're quite grubby at the moment. We're also going to recover the interior upholstery. It's quite sort of dark red at the moment, which, because the wood is quite dark inside, it makes the whole inside quite dark. So we're going to redo that in a lighter colour. We haven't got the material yet, but we'll try and find some locally and yeah, recover those over the winter. We're also going to build some sort of bimini or enclosure out here so that we can be out in all sorts of weather, and maybe hopefully at some point in the future get a heater out here so that if we end up going somewhere where it's colder or over winter we can keep it nice and warm out here. Same as with Kittiwake, we're going to put a bigger anchor on this boat because we'll intend to live at anchor again all the time. So yeah, hopefully a big Manson Supreme or similar. And that should keep us safe in the storms and just anchoring all the time. We're planning on changing the stay sail arrangement. At the moment it's got a boom coming back. We don't really like that so much because it takes up a lot of the foredeck, and it swings around quite a lot under sail, so it risks hitting people on the foredeck. So we're going to change that to a normal stay sail sheeting arrangement. We're also going to upgrade the solar system, same as we did on Kittiwake, so that we can hopefully get all of our power from solar panels. We'll probably get rid of the wind generator on board because it doesn't really seem to do much, and just go with a big solar panel mounted on the arch behind me. We'll also replace the batteries because we found out when we came back that the batteries that are on board, they seem quite knackered. I think because the previous owner wasn't really using the boat very much, they've just sat and haven't really been used. So we'll probably replace them with 6-volt golf cart batteries, as they worked really well before. We're also going to go for the similar toilet to what we had on Kittiwake. So the current one is a manual pump toilet with a holding tank. We're going to rip that out and replace it with a composting head. We really liked that before, and it smells way less than the holding tank on any boat that we've been on. So that's what we're going to go for. Found it really easy and nice to use. And then lastly, there's some sort of cosmetic work to do inside, some minor bits and bobs, and add in some shelves in so that we've got decent storage for living on board.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, consider supporting us on Patreon so we can keep bringing you these videos. Join us next time as we get stuck into the refit and get some boat work done.